full demonstration of this and I was like, wow, I want one of those. Hello there, I have some new sewing tools to share with you today. Some of these I just got, some of these were gifted to me, and some of these I've had for a while, but I wanted to try it before I recommended it. So I'm Nikki, this is Pen Cut Sew. We're gonna just hop right to it. The first new sewing tool I've gotten lately is the coolest one. It's this Caterpillar light board. But it's not just a light board, it comes with a cutting mat. It's a self-healing mat that comes on top of the light board. I had first seen a demonstration of it when a channel called Couture. She has a great channel, I'll link you to it. She went to a quilt con of some kind and she stopped at the Caterpillar booth and he gave her a full demonstration of this and I was like, wow, I want one of those. So I went online and I signed up for their affiliate program. It turns out they have a new affiliate program so that not only could I get a discount to try it out, but also if I liked it, you could also get a discount. So I'm gonna put my Pen Cut Sew code with a link down there if you decide to buy one of these. But it still took me a little while because I'm a frugal person. So first I went on Amazon and I was like, can I find this cheaper? The answer is no. Yes, you can find a light board by itself. So if that's all that you want, great. But if you want it to have the self-healing cutting mat on top, which would be good for like paper piecing specifically, to go ahead and just trim your pieces right on the board, then you really can't find a different one. So I went ahead and bought the mini one. This is the mini version. There's also a premium version. The mini one comes with built-in magnets in it. So if you are tracing a piece, so I used this recently. I'm making an elf doll pattern for Christmas in July, and it has this very strong magnets to hold your paper or your fabric in place, whatever it is you're using. You can actually also purchase more magnetic panels for the back and more of these magnets. I bought these separate, they didn't come with. But this one, let me turn it on for you so you can see how bright it gets. It has, I think, 4 levels of brightness. The mini one needs plugged in all the time, but thankfully the cord is really long. And I actually have an outlet right behind my cutting table. So there's level 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, right? And so mine just plugs in. I believe the larger size, the premium one, it's cordless, so you just charge it. So you have to sort of pick your annoying feature, the cord or the having to charge it. But I have already put this to use not only in my elf doll, but I tried out a paper piecing pattern, and this is why I think this is great. I actually have an upcoming video idea for paper piecing if it's new to you, foundation paper piecing, which is where you use the paper. And sometimes I am paper piecing something and I'm trying to get a picture on a fabric like right in the right spot, or I'm trying to put a striped piece and I want the stripes going perfectly the right direction, but you can't see it. It's so challenging to see where you're putting each fabric. The light board solves that problem. Also, if you struggle with your eyes, if it's difficult for you to see, maybe you're sewing on black, I think even trying to seam rip black thread from black fabric, the light board will make that easier. So there's a lot of reasons to get one. The cutting mat on top of it just makes it extra cool and extra useful. So that is my plug for the Caterpillar. Did I say it's Caterpillar? I think so. The Caterpillar self-healing glow mat. Mine's the mini. I'll link you to the website with the code Pen Cut Sew. Don't forget. Let's move on. The next thing is a very simple thing. You're probably using it already and I'm just late to the party. I actually used to use needle threaders with the kids I would teach sewing, but they always broke because they had like a handle and then the wire needle threader was attached into the handle. They would inevitably pull out of the handle. But my mom got for me for Christmas some sewing toys, and she gave me these little needle threaders. Will it focus on that? Oh well, I think you can see. So it's all one piece. There is no coming apart. So when you are, again, on my elf doll pattern, when you are embroidering or using any kind of thread that is difficult to get through the needle's eye, or if you just have trouble threading needles in general, this will be so helpful for you. You just put the embroidery floss or whatever it is through the large loop, pull it up to the tiny loop, stick it into your needle and pull it right through. Very useful. I'm so glad she got these for me. They're not just any old needle threaders that have the plastic handles. Avoid those, they always break. And it has, how many of them? I think it came with like 6. And they're just Drits. easy to find, but I will link them for you anyway. Okay, next, I am sure you've heard of Warwick. This is a sewing supply company, and they reached out to me on Instagram asking if I would like to try some things, and then they asked me to send some things just that I would like to try from their catalog. This is an extensive catalog. They have something crazy like 24,000 products. I wrote that down to tell you because that's a lot of products. And what they are known for is basic, good sewing supplies. Also, if you need something weird, like hardware, specific hardware in a specific color, this is the place to get it. Warwick is where you want to go. Or specific interfacing, if you're particular about thread or anything like that, or your sewing tools, this is where you should get it. And they are known for their good prices. So I had known about Warwick. I've ordered from them before. I was having a very busy week, and so I did tell her that I had just gotten into Gutermann thread, and my mom suggested I try Gutermann Mara. The reason I switched thread is because I was finding, well, the Joann's near me closed, and so I can't get Coats and Clark easily anymore. But also, they would never have the most basic colors. It was so annoying. And Hobby Lobby thread is just fuzzy. I like a lot of Hobby Lobby sewing notions, but the thread is so fuzzy, and it was so fuzzy that my needle threader on my machine wouldn't even like take it. There was too much fuzz. So I got some Gutermann thread from my local quilt shop when I was working on Layla's quilt, and I am switching now forever. So I did ask for some Gutermann Mara thread, and then I asked for a new sewing gauge because mine broke. This is the best sewing gauge, Clover brand. Mine's broken, and it's been broken for a while, so I was like, please can I have a new one of these because it's my favorite. And so I'll link you to this too in the Warwick catalog. But she did send me in some Mara thread. This says it's their most popular all-purpose thread colors in beautiful color packs. This is a color pack. And it has these sort of jewel tones. I've already used several of these for my elf dolls, and they are spectacular, as Gutermann always is. The one issue with this particular, the Mara, is that they're pretty big spools. They don't actually fit on the spool on my sewing machine. I have to put the little cap on instead of like this. I have to put it on upside down so it can grab onto a little bit of the spool. And they don't really fit in my spool storage in my drawer. So I think I will order the Mara big spools of the most basic colors, white, black, navy, cream. But otherwise, I'll get the smaller spools. I think those work just fine. They have them at my local quilt shop. Also, I ordered from Hearts Fabric some garment fabrics, and they had this option where you can add a spool of Gutermann matching thread to your fabric that you just ordered for only $2.40. So I will put the link down below because both of the fabrics I got are really beautiful. Okay, anyway, so Warwick also sent me some other things, and what I did not know is that they have a line of branded sewing supplies. So she sent me this whole thing of sewing clips. These are a few dollars cheaper than you can find them on Amazon. This is a pack of 100. So that's helpful. These are helpful even though the things I already had, because my daughter Layla and my son Kelby have been sewing quite a bit recently, and sometimes, bless them, I look around for certain sewing tools and they have disappeared. Layla took my square. Darn you, Layla. And so to have doubles when you have more than one person in the house sewing is very helpful. They also sent this ergonomic rotary cutter, and it is every bit as good as my Olfa one that I bought recently that I paid $22 for. This one on the Warwick website costs $12, almost half. So this is great. They also sent me some replacement blades, and this one works great, works good. And I like the auto closing because I know y'all know that I have a hard time remembering to close my rotary cutter. I've been called out on it many times, and that's why I got the self-closing one. They also sent, oh, this cute card. It's all fun and games until the bobbin runs out. Some stickers. That's cute. They sent me this cute Warwick measuring tape. I haven't put this to the test. Every one I have had of these kind of measuring tapes have always gotten broken when I had little kids, so I stopped buying them. So this will be great for my purse. Let's see, here's the blades. And then they sent me this bias tape maker set. I should demonstrate this on a project soon because making bias tape with these is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So I already had a couple of sizes of these, but not the whole collection. So this is really nice to have. This on Warwick only runs $5.49. On Amazon, they're about $10. So that was a good price. And so yes, thank you to WowWack for sending me those things. I'm not an affiliate with them. I was not compensated other than them gifting these items to me, but I highly recommend ordering from them if you need to collect basic sewing supplies, or you need a trustworthy source for high quality things, or if you need something specific for your project. This is where you want to go. You can get a free catalog on their website. And it has, I don't know if it has all 42 or 24,000 items in it, but good luck to you if you like to look through all of that. Okay, let's move on. I had ordered back around Christmas time these heat soluble marking pens. You've probably seen me use them now in several videos. The reason I didn't share them right away was because I wanted to try them for a while, because somebody in the comments, one of y'all, said you had not had good luck with Madame Sew sewing notions, and these are the Madame Sew brand. And so I used them for a while to be sure, and mine still work. Nothing has dried out even though I've left the lid off. So they still work really well for me, and they actually do disappear with heat. And so if you are like me and you are afraid to mark things because you had bad experiences with things not coming out, this has happened to me with chalk, it's happened to me with the water soluble markers. I have seams in quilts that are still blue or still yellow because it was before I wised up and just stopped. Now I mark things with tape or whatever. But these work really well, and they do disappear with the iron. So I highly recommend these. I'm gonna link you to them. You can get other brands if you're not a fan of Madame Sew. I haven't had any bad experiences with Madame Sew, but I'm sure every brand has its bad things. So I will put a link to these below. I think that's everything. If you're thinking my desk behind me is kind of a mess, oh look, it actually looks kind of good. I cleaned it up just for you. You can see my little elf dolls. Christmas in July is coming. And also, if you missed the previous video to this one, don't forget I have a new little how-to guide available. You can get this in my shop. And the last video shows you how to make one of these fun wonky blocks. It has instructions for how to make several traditional quilt blocks in an improv style. It's also available digitally, so if you live outside the US, or if you prefer to start right now and not wait for this book, then you can get the digital version instead. I'll link you to both of these things in the very first part of the description. And yeah, if you have any new sewing tools to share about with me and with all of us in the comments, please leave a comment so we can try them out. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.